Here's hoping that you actually copped what you wanted to cop this weekend, and this is the week in sneaks. Welcome to the show. I am your host, Jacques Slade, and this week we got a lot of things cleared up and we got a lot of release dates. First up is the Weatherman pack that features the two foams and the Air Force One. Both of the foams have been seen quite a bit and feature the Doppler radar effect over the upper in red and in blue. The Air Force One shares the same design, and all three have received mixed reactions from the sneaker community. Either way, the blue Air Force One and the blue foam release on August 30th, while the red version drops on September 28th. On the Reebok side of things, the classic side of the brand is really kicking it into high gear. First up is the Shack Attack, one of my favorites, seen here in the black and the azure blue colorway. The model is returning for the first time since its 1992 release and will return on August 30th at select retailers for $160. Now, we also saw the Reebok Kamikaze in its original colorway, but there are no details on its release. And finally, the number one draft pick Questions made a quick appearance in the 76ers colorway and will be releasing on August 23rd for $125. Nike ID has been on its grizzly pretty much the whole summer, and this week released 3 items that you should definitely check out. On the basketball side, the KD6 is now available with a chroma option. There are 7 chroma color options, and each one will raise the price of the normally $180 KD6 ID to $200. If you're into skateboarding, the Nike SB Costin 1 also hit Nike ID. I really love these, and they're available in suede, mesh, or canvas options for a reasonable $125. Finally, the Nike Air Force One received a premium upgrade with Real Tree Camo. The option is available for both the high and the low with all-over prints, nylon, or a boot leather mix. As these are premium options, the high is going to cost you $200 and the low will cost you $190. As all of you know, the Green Glow Air Jordan 4s released this weekend, but that wasn't the only Jordan brand news this week. The Jordan 5 Oreo is set to release on November 29th for $160. You can see that one here. We also saw new images of the Fear Pack. Now, the models will be releasing on August 24th, but they will have different prices. The 4 and the 5 will release for $160, and the 3 is going to be priced at $175, so make sure you keep that in mind when you go to cop. And finally, the Fresh Prince or Bel Air Jordan 5 is set to release on November 5th, and that is also going to be a higher price release, sitting at $185. And finally, Under Armour threw their hat into the ring when they officially announced the Under Armour Spawn Anatomix. The Spawn Anatomix, which we have seen several times already, was officially announced, and I got to talk to DeAndre Jordan about it, and he had this to say at the Call of Duty reveal.
Yeah, those are sick. They're super light. It really feels like it's like gloved on your foot. You know, for me to say that, and I wear a size 17, you know what I mean? So there's definitely some truth in that. It's a light shoe. It's probably one of the lightest shoes I've had in a really long time. And it's good for a big guy, and I need something that's gonna support me and how I play, and it's a really good shoe.
The shoe is inspired by the anatomy of the foot and will release in a bunch of different colorways at a reasonable $120 with a release date of September 1st. Last time for the question of the video, I wanted to know what was the one shoe that you felt like everyone should have in your collection. Well, here are a few of your responses. Adam Ramada says everyone should have the Air Jordan 1 Chicago or the Bred 11. Both of those are pretty hard to come by. Next up, we have Nikki Fabiani, who says Chucks or maybe Vans. And for those that want to know my answers, it was definitely Chucks. And finally, we have Ruben Campbell says the answer to this video is any shoe I don't like, which sounds a little stingy to me. As for this week's question of the video, well, I want to know what's the best shoe that you've ever purchased for under $100, and you cannot say the Roshe Run. So again, what's the best shoe for under $100 and you can't say the Roshe Run? Let me know down in the comments, and of course, I'll read back some of your responses next week.
It's a heat check, mother lover.
And for this week's heat check, I'm actually rocking the Nike Free Flyknit. I absolutely love these. Super comfortable. It really feels like an outsole and a sock. Dope shoes. I'm not a true runner, so I'll say that first. So I've ran in these, but I wouldn't be able to give you an efficient, like, oh, this is happening or this happens. I know that they do have an 8mm drop, and it's the Nike Free 5.0 outsole, but I definitely love them. They're comfortable. I've worn them around all day for a couple of days, and I definitely like them. So this is the Nike Free Flyknit. They are $160. I like them enough that I definitely want to get another pair, and I can't wait to see what new colors they come out with. So yeah, this is my heat check, the Nike Free Flyknit. Bang, bang. Well, that is going to do it for the Weekend Sneaks. As always, make sure you like, favorite, and subscribe. That way you know whenever something awesome is happening here on this channel. And also, I did a parody of the song Get Lucky talking about the sneakerhead problems, basically. So make sure you check that out. Bam, right there. So go ahead and click that.
No need for even clicking, 'cause they'll be gone in seconds. Kids in the box, they take up all the spots.
I am your host, Jacques Slade. This is the Weekend Sneaks. I would say click something random, but just check out the parody. And I will talk to you soon. Peace.